Whoa, welcome back to Monster Train. Today's episode is brought to you at, drumroll, place your guesses. What time is it? Maybe you can tell by the sound of my voice. It's all, I'm not certain if you can tell if there's a big difference or not. It's 5 p.m. Your boy's getting into recording in the afternoon. It's crazy. I I don't know. I've been feeling it cuz these episodes where I'm really tired, they're hard. It doesn't feel good. And so as long as I have the time, I'm going to try and knock out these episodes in the afternoon because I've been really tired lately. It's partially because of Phoenix, right? Sometimes that game goes long and I end up starting a recording at 4 a.m. when I'm already pretty tired and my voice is shot from reading text for 4 hours or 5 hours. But that's neither here nor there, I suppose. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. The YouTube channel is currently getting 3 uploads per day, and it should for. Hopefully, I can keep it up. It should be going for a few weeks or so, because you got the Ace Attorney VODs, if you're interested in those. You got Final Fantasy 13 2, which is finally back, and then you got Monster Train. In about 2 weeks, I will start playing, I guess like 3 weeks, I'll start playing Darkest Dungeon 2. I don't want to ever really put up more than 3 videos in a day. So either Final Fantasy 13 2 or Phoenix Wright will go on a little bit of a hold when Darkest Dungeon comes out. Darkest Dungeon 2, that is. Maybe I'll just upload all of the Phoenix Wright in one day, and that'll be that. That would be weird, though. I don't know exactly what I'll do. I'll figure it out. Yo, we're on an 8-win streak? What the hell? When did that happen? I feel like I've been high rolling out of my mind lately. I think the game is a lot quieter. I'll turn it up slightly. I didn't stream yesterday. I had to take care of my dog. She had surgery. She's fine, don't worry. But I just had to be able to keep an eye on her last night. So instead, unbelievably, I watched a movie, and the movie was very quiet. So I had to crank my sound settings, and then when I brought them back down to normal, I think it fucked up my audio levels. If you're wondering, I watched one of my favorite movies. It's called The Big Sleep. It's a 40s film noir. I love film noir. Humphrey Bogart's my boy. Great movie. Highly recommended if you like film noir stuff. Anyway, let me ask you today's question. I asked you yesterday's question, and today's question is in the same vein. Yesterday we asked, what is your favorite, or what do you think is the strongest clan combo? You can answer it either way. Today I will ask you weakest / least favorite. Again, you can get more of my thoughts on this in the respective tier list video. I hate and think it is the worst combo, Exile Stygian, Exile Hellhorn. I think that is the worst combo in the game. I just don't like it. I think it's really unfun to play, and like having Soulguard and starting with a total of 5 incant cards is gross, and I don't like it. I do feel like there's probably a worse combo you could come up with in terms of power level. It's probably like Exile or Awoken Exile Umbra or something like that. But I really hate playing Stygian Hellhorn, and I really, really hate playing Soulguard with imps. So that's my feeling on it. Let me know what you think. There's a lot of good choices here. I also don't like Exile Hellhorn to Exile Stygian. Playing Queen in that combo doesn't feel good either. I guess kind of like Exile Stygian Melting, but I like Melting enough that it's okay. Let me know what you feel. I'll be interested to hear your responses. And also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get rolling. Shall we? Today we're Exile Wurmkin Melting, Double-Barreled Daedalus, Ragefell, Patient Seraph, Proclamation, Wicklash, Ancient Resonance. I think very quietly, Ancient Resonance has become one of my top cards in Wurmkin. I haven't really made a whole lot of fuss about it. I think this card is kind of nuts, especially if you get it purple. I don't want to go so far as to say it's broken, but this card regularly pumps like 80 AoE damage for me. That's kind of wild. In the decks where you're playing a lot of Echoes in a turn, Ancient Resonance just claps, and even if you aren't, it can just ping backline. For 2 energy, this card is really strong. I'm excited to start with it. Decayed Decoy. It is very close to nothing, but it might be... yeah, I kind of want to play Rationing Scales here. I want to try it again. I always take this relic and then hate it. Let's try it. The idea of Rationing Scales is not that you trade your Pyre health for money, it's that you basically, I can take up to 39 damage in the next combat with no consequence, and that's the thing about it. You want to play Marshward today? How do you feel about Marshward today? I feel pretty bad about it with Dregs, actually. So you know what? I'm going to take the extra half second to realize Dreg plus Marshward, no good, bad, no idea, click Shellsmith. Better. I don't know if I really show it. I'm going to take the money here. I don't know if I show it or say it very much, but I actually get to take 49 damage in this combat. It just means that we click on these trials and things like that, because all the damage we take is meaningless. It's like a get ahead early sort of relic for that reason. It might be impossible for me to die in this combat. Anyway, I don't know if I show it, but I think that Shellsmith is probably the strongest version of Echo, right? Pretty close, but I think he's really strong. I usually just pick the other ones because this one's kind of boring. I want to leave room for the Dregs, actually. I'm going to let these guys just walk. I don't really care about them. Could I let every single enemy hit me? 9. And then these guys do 4, which is 13. You'll hit me for 4, which is 17. 21. 26. And then the boss hits me 8 times, which is 40. Okay, so I have to do some damage to the boss, but for the most part I could almost let every enemy in this fight walk and I would still win. Just doing some rough estimates here, speaking of which I'm not going to touch these guys. Invasion Trials became significantly less frightening. If I let the boss walk up at full HP, I'll die. And that's about it. So, assuming the boss does not walk up at full HP, which I think is a pretty fair assumption, all things considered, we should be good. I can also save myself 2 damage here by doing Echo Break Ancient Resonance. Oh, he has 6 attack. My mistake. I mean, regardless, he's going to die. And yeah, this is where Rationing Scales can be good. I never pick it, so I guess we're kind of learning this together. Take 15 damage. It's bad for your score, I guess. Shelter or Bounding Echoes here? I think the Shelter is going to be a little better. Bounding Echoes is good, but, you know, AoE armor application. You can go Shellsmith 2, Repeater 1, and then just play a Shelter every turn, and that's an absurd amount of armor every turn. Now, I believe pretty heavily that I should click a Burnout card here, just in case we're playing Burnout. We have Wicklashes as well, so which Burnout card do you want to play? Hollow Drippings also gives armor, so yeah, seems good. Even though there's no melting options whatsoever. I don't mind. Multi-Strike, +3 per Echo, and 5/10. First of Kin, or Keeper of Echoes. I think I'll play Multi-Strike on First of Kin. He's kind of big, but like ideally I would put First of Kin into another unit because he's big, he's very fat. He's 3 space, 3 energy, and you get his full effect for infusing him without any downside. So usually I like to just put him on a 2 space body. However, I don't really have the luxury. The multi-strike's here now, and Keeper of Echoes isn't much better, is my feeling. So I'm gonna grab First of Kin. And I'll slap down a multi-strike on him. He's big, he's strong. I have to find a few more answers, but like, yeah, +10 piercing. I don't want to do +10 piercing and Value Stone on Ancient Resonance here. How do you feel about this? I don't know. I think if it were infused, I would have no problem, and then you duplicate this card a few times. I think I'm going to do this and duplicate this card a few times anyway. That seems fine. And we will just move on here. I could reroll, but I feel like the thing that I want to find for our First of Kin is another multi-strike. He doesn't really need quick. He's going to have plenty of survivability from Echo Right. He doesn't really need health because or base stats because he's 30-55 baseline. You're paying the energy and the space for that. So yeah, I'm okay with just leaving. I guess you know what I'll do? I'll buy 1 removal. Take a train steward out of the train. Makes me stronger, and we want to get a little stronger at 35 X shards. Spikes 3 is really not that bad because we have this big boy. This run right now is pretty reliant on... There's a few options we could hit here, but it's pretty reliant on hitting, like, Repeater. Alternatively, we could hit Bogworm Cocoon. What is that called? Bog Deep Cocoon is what it's called. I just need something. I need a way for this First of Kin to kill multiple enemies. Trample is an option. If I put down 7 Burnout, will you die? I don't think it's worth it. I don't need to play the Whiplash. But yeah, I feel like I need to hit Repeater or something like that. Yeah. I would like to work down the 3-7. 3-10 to a 3-0, ideally. Oh, there's Sap Application. Oh, we hit Ancient Resonance. It's a bit of a high roll to hit that card there, but I'm not going to complain. Forgot I didn't calculate the sap there. Basically, I see 2 ways that this run can pan out now. It can become I pick up a lot of cards that say consume, or it can become I pick Repeater and I play 1 consume every turn, and that consume is good. Either option is fine. You know, you could make a case for value stoning the shelter as well, by the way. Worth mentioning. Echo Snare is purple and says consume. It fits into the I click on consume card game plan, so I'm down with that. Entombed Explosive doesn't sound very good. One idea here is Dripfall, take space, play 2 First of Kin on a floor. I think that that is extremely slow though, because so you have to play middle floor with Dripfall. And so your deck would have to be 2 First of Kin. You play Echo Right First of Kin turn 1, you play First of Kin turn 2, and you play Dripfall turn 3. So on turn 4, your floor is at full efficiency. That doesn't seem... If that was a top floor idea, sure. But because it has to be on middle floor, that seems way too slow to me. And none of these say consume. I'm going to press skip. Now the real question. Fire health is worthless. So I would be going right solely for the artifact. I would rather see a unit and a duplicate. I don't mind duplicating Ancient Resonance. I also don't mind duplicating Shelter. I think we go left. I would like to see First of Kin, maybe. Let's take a look. Yeah, okay. You just put First of Kin on First of Kin here. Plus 10 every time he gets Season Etch is pretty good. My next temple isn't for a while. And by a while, I mean 2 combats. How worried am I about going to 60 here? That's the question mark. Not that worried, honestly. I'm down for this. I think it's fine. This First of Kin is very strong. Now, we're going to go to the caverns first. If this is ×5, this run ends. Oh, baby. ×5, this ridiculous Ancient Resonance. Oof, 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 oof. This card is strong. I think that this is just a completely winning idea. It was one of the thoughts that went through my mind when I did do the double up here at this temple. Is if I see ×5, it's huge, and it is huge. So I need to make my deck more purple now. That is the big idea, because I want to have these doing more than just 10. I would like them to be doing 30 or 40, ideally. But I think even more importantly than that, I should maybe just click a Shelter here. Hey, you know what? Maybe I duplicate this purple Echo Snare. Etches my First of Kin, gives me an Echo. Where do I want to Shelter? If this were upgraded, I think I need to click the purple card here. I feel like I should click the purple card. Let's do that. And let's go on. This is not over, but it's very strong. From this position, I feel like I would have been better off clicking on Bounding Echoes when it was offered to me. However, that time has passed. Sadly. So I'm gonna Echo Snare top 4 and put the Echo down, because these are 10 AoE. We're definitely taking at least 1 draw and maybe 2. And if we see Repeater, it becomes a lot easier, because Repeater is basically card draw in this deck. Because it gives me a consume spell every turn to play, and I just want to make my consume spells free if that's the idea. And I maybe want to take space just so I can put these dregs down, or echoes as well, and then remove Train Steward. It's just a rough outline of what we want to do on this run right now. There's no way to see Trample. I think that I can bet on this Piercing Ancient Resonance doing enough for me to clear front lines with it. Because we thin this deck down, and then Ancient Resonance becomes like 2 or 3 of my draws in a turn consistently. You can also lean into Proclamation a bit. I want to draw less Train Stewards mainly, because I drew 3 in this combat, and that's 3 more than you want to see. Maybe I just cut out these dregs as well. It's hard to say, because I do need purple, but I could just go from here on clicking purple cards. It's a bit of a question mark, I would say. We'll see what they show us, right? We could sit here and theorize forever. It's up to the game to show me stuff now. There's a lot of ideas we can follow here, though. A Devourer of Death. Doesn't do anything, but there he is. Intent on Death says consume. I don't think I click it, though. If it were purple, I think I would. Which card's purple here? Devourer of Death. Yeah, so having a purple unit doesn't do anything. He's worse than a dreg. I'm not particularly interested in any of these units here. And is definitely draw. Most of my deck is 0. We do get 90 gold for that, is that right? 3 gold times 30? Yeah, you get 90 gold for that. I want to go right here. We have plenty of money. I want to make this holdover. Too bad I couldn't have snuck a holdover onto these Ancient Resonance. I want to make the Shelter better. I think -1 double stack on it is fine for me. Can throw out a +10. Probably a Proclamation, actually. I remember skipping a +10 and having it be a nightmare for the run. Now, holdover isn't particularly interesting. I want to reroll. 1 stack. Yeah, sure. Make Shelter better. I want to spend... I want to cut Train Steward. These Whiplashes are also on the chopping block. This is our first and only Remnant unit C. I don't want to mess up my draw priority, because if I ever don't draw First of Kin on turn 1, I have to play bottom floor, because the Ember Drain stops me from playing Echo Right. So I don't want to take Whipless Tycoon for the money for that reason. Right, I'll lock in Repeater right now. No fear. And I actually don't mind grabbing money and becoming stronger. Yeah, I don't mind grabbing this money. We go to 70. We're already tempting fate here. I'm gonna cut out these Whiplashes. This card is dead to me. I can only afford to clear 1, but still. And since I have Repeater, +20 consume got worse. Okay, let's go. It'd be really interesting to see refracting lenses on this run. I wonder if it would be good. These guys don't scare me. I don't mind giving them a +6 because most of them won't make it to the top 4 thanks to Ancient Resonance. We want to put echoes on the floor that we're going to Ancient Resonance the most, which is most likely going to be middle floor. And right now I don't need to curate my consume pile particularly much. I will throw, now that we have 4 on the middle floor though, I will start putting Ghost Snares and other such cards top floor, but we're not going to do a whole lot of curating right now. We're going to let our spells do most of the talking. Actually should Echo Break the Dreg there. That's alright though. Come up here and we'll drop like Echo Snare. I don't want to do Echo Break Shelter. Yeah, I will. Because mostly all of that, should put the dregs first, but mostly all that I need to do is kill 2 of the enemies. Realistically, I could try to do this on top 4. The reason that I'm doing it on mid 4 is because I can put dregs here. But now that I could start letting these enemies walk up and then just pop them with Ancient Resonance up here. You get the etch value as well. We're gonna kind of trial and error through some of these combats. We want to think about how we could have done this combat smoother, so that in the harder combats we can have learned our lesson already. Like, I'm not playing my cards in the right order. I recognize I missed like 15 damage on the boss there. The main point that I would like to make to you is that it doesn't really matter. I'm going to kill this boss anyway. And I feel like it's better to just let it ride. Like, that was wrong order, of course, but the boss is still extremely dead. It's not worth the brain power right now. Later it'll be worth the brain power, I imagine. In a lot of runs, I click Echoes of the Past, and this card is nuts. This is not one of those runs, though. Because I need my Echoes. It's a very delicate balance. It is a shame that the only purple card here is Consume in Forgotten Trade. I have no payoff for the energy that I'll gain from it as well. I would be clicking it because it's purple and says Consume. So, do I feel like I need to go in on Shelter? Or do I just need to let Ancient Resonance do everything? I think I skip. If I feel like I want to play in on Ancient Resonance, I should grab this, but I think I have enough purple in my turns now that I can let Ancient Resonance do its thing, once I remove enough cards anyway. Engulfed in Smoke is an exceptional card to see purple here. Extremely good. Want to play it, can be played anywhere. Really good card to see. Now, I do want removals pretty desperately. And it's never going to be a better time. Like, this path isn't looking much better. I guess you get the event, maybe you see melee weakness, but I'm going to go left. Get a little money. We're pretty rich. Most of this run now is going to be leveraging the advantage we got early from being able to play so aggressive with our pack shards, and I think we can do it. Would not mind a value stone engulfed in smoke here, of course. I'm 15 off of being at 100, and I've just kind of been going nuts with my pack shards. It's a good thing I have been as well, because I did not look ahead. And ahead is... I'm going to take another shelter here, by the way. Ahead is no more temples. This is our last temple. This is the classic 3-temple, see your last temple at ring 5 run. These are very frustrating sometimes. However, it's not that big a deal here because I have committed to value early because I was strong thanks to rationing scales. There is, I should say, there's one relic that's worth hunting for on this run. There's one specific relic that I think makes this run a knock out of the park sort of deal. I'm okay with this multi-strike, by the way. I think it's fine. What's that relic? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it for yourself. There's one relic that I think I could see that would make this run a slam dunk. It is, drumroll please, Bog Slime. Yeah, it's Bog Slime. Not really a big surprise there, I imagine. And also, I was confident in this trial because I think that even though this enemy has 170 damage, I will reach his requirements pretty well. A shame that he got another collector. Or a collector, I should say. However, I push enough damage to knock him out here. The deck just, we're very front-loaded. So I want to move up here to top floor with my plays. So I want to start etching my boy. And I want to save his health here. Oh, I can't play Proclamation. That's too bad. Can I play it here? Yeah, I can play it here. And I should draw another Ancient Resonance. Like, I don't get anything for playing Ancient Resonance on the higher floor, so... may as well do it like this, yeah. It's hard to get these echoes down like I need them to go down, but try our best. Ancient Resonance... Ancient Resonance... So I could use a few more echo cards, actually. Like 2 more of these engulfed in smokes would be good. We have great survivability though. And I really only think the thing that can pose us any threat is triple heavies on the Divinity. Like 5 stacked waves are gonna be hard, but otherwise we are... Look at this guy. He's not like the strongest I've ever seen or anything like that, but he's 100 times 2 with an okay armor income. And he's got Echo Right hanging out behind him. Maybe I want Echo Right in front. That's worth thinking about. I'd like to give myself a better chance of seeing a Shelter again. It's 50-50 if I don't play Echo Snare. That seems fair. I don't think it matters, but it's good habit. Did I Echo Break my own Dreg? I thought I played 2 Dregs there. Oh well. He'll live. Except that's a lie. He absolutely will not live. He is extremely dead. Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. God, it feels good. It feels good to just be nuts at the game like that. You know, sometimes you wonder, how does he do it? And the answer is I'm far too smart, handsome, and good at the video game. That's why they call me the triple threat, baby. I think about doing something like, as my voice cracks to an unknown degree. You ever think about doing something like Return Soul Crushing Demise? I think Crushing Demise is the winning click here. Return Soul, Crushing Demise, and then you don't play any other card on repeater, so you just bring back Crushing Demise every turn. It's like holdover Crushing Demise, kind of. Do I think removals are more important? Let's look ahead. We don't have another magic shop, but... Oh god, sorry, I forgot to mute my Facebook. Usually I leave that muted, but I was talking to friends earlier. My bad, if you just heard a budding, that is not you. I have like 3 friends that I still talk to on Facebook, and one of them messaged me today. Usually I just leave it open, but muted. Anyway, I would like to... I kind of want to go right just for the removals. Like, what am I going to find at the magic shop, right? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And it's holdover. It's holdover Engulfed in Smoke, 100%. This card, that is... Yeah, that's absolutely what we're going to go look for. Actually, now that I've talked it out. Because that removes any survivability question. Hey, I said this would be interesting. Yeah, sure, I'll take refracting lenses here. Why not? That's just a bunch of money. So you can throw -1 on Crushing Demise. I don't really want a Permafrost. Double stack? Eh. Look at the Horde. I am going to open this, by the way, in case you were wondering. I am just going to click it. Nothing too exciting there. We already hit Bog Slime, though, so what do you really want? -1 Echo Break. I don't want to slap a double stack on Engulfed in Smoke and duplicate it. But, yeah, you know, I think you can do that, actually. I'd have to get all of my removals from... hang on. I have to get all my removals from... shops, though. Because if I do this... The alternative here is I leave the slot open, I go to the magic shop at the end and look for holdover. Option A... I see a steel shop instead. And a worthless Pyre Remains. You know, I don't really like this, actually. Yeah, upon further consideration, I don't really like this. I'm gonna go ahead and pay another removal on Train Steward here. The deck's getting there in terms of removals, though. We're close. We're closing in on a W here. Let's go, Fel. This is Rage Fel, who has one of the scary... I think she has the highest scaling in the game, is what I've been told. From pack shards, that is. She gets like 4 multi-strike or some crazy shit like that. Yeah, 4 attacks, I should say. She gets rather large. That's okay, though. We're going to play our consume cards top 4, and I'm going to try and curate the pool a little bit. I don't really like the idea of taking space to play these dregs. It feels not ideal. This would be a great run for repeater too, truly. That makes a horrible noise. Also did not count. I was off by 1. My mistake. I guess I'll just play out all these etches and we'll sit here looking silly. That's my bad. Oh, I could just do I could do Engulfed in Smoke. Return Soul's weird here. Because anything that I Return Soul gets consumed. Although Shelter, not a bad idea for Return Soul, to be honest with you. Make it cost 0. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the rest of my consume spells now. I'm just gonna let shelters come back. I think that's the way you play this. Great job crushing the mice. Excellent work. I don't know. I feel like this deck just needs to make like 10 removals now. There's a lot of excess cards here, but I mean that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I feel like maybe I need to, because I don't have a whole lot of attack on my Etch guy. Although I guess I don't really need it. My spells do all of the attacking. I'm going to burn this. I'm gonna go through now. I think I have enough armor, and I'm gonna go through and I'm going to maximize my Etches for more attack. I don't think this matters a whole lot, mind you. I feel like this is the sort of run where I'm sitting here looking for answers to a problem that doesn't exist. I don't really feel like I'm going to reach an issue in this run. I think I kill everything pretty consistently. Especially with draws like this. I mean, look at this turn. Imagine there's a whole wave of Divinity enemies on this turn. That's just, what is it? It's 200 damage AoE. That I just played 2 Infernos on that floor with piercing. I mean, I guess Inferno has piercing too. I played all those Infernos, but didn't hit my own units with them. That's the situation. And yeah, I think this is just spam out consume spells because we have Shellsmith. And we're gonna have Shellsmith 2, not just Shellsmith 1. Yeah. I mean, my boy does take 192 over here, Mr. First of Kin. Let's make it look less scary. There you go, now he only gets hit once. Much less frightening. Wickless recruitment doesn't do anything. Sacrificial resurrection is it is an extremely interesting proposition from the video game. Let me put it like that. Because I can consume a hand of like 5 cards with this, and that's just 5 Etch triggers. That's burst, like, yeah, that seems good actually. The more that I think about it, I have to be a little cautious. I can't, like, I don't get any huge payouts, like play Sacrificial Resurrection into Shelter, of course. I can't play anything after it, but that seems pretty fun. I don't feel like I need energy. I don't really feel like I need space either. I'm gonna take another draw. And I want to go peep the trinket shop here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a ton of money. Yeah, I'll take Golden Vault. I'm gonna make an absolute load of money. Base charge is also a very nice pickup here. I don't mind them spending Golden Vault cash. Dun Echo makes no sense. Jack Strips as well. Mold Braces, no. Notice Stone. Notice Stone's good, actually. Yeah, Notice Stone's good. And what do I make here? We're making Shellsmith 2, of course. Repeater 2 is just stats, so we'll take Shellsmith 2. I make how much? Yeah, 270 gold. And this Invasion Trial is a little more frightening, but I have 7 card draw. I have 6 Ancient Resonance. I feel okay about my odds of not having this be a disaster. And by okay, I mean I feel good about it. Yeah, you're 1 Ancient Resonance draw away from everything being 100% fine. As we are here. I should play... Yeah, I should actually play Echo Break here. Just to go to 4. We put Echo right and First of Kin down. Come here and I kill all of these guys. The combat itself isn't that scary also, as you can probably guess, because we just cut right through all of these enemies. No fear. And these guys. I want to return Soul Shelter. And it's just 32 armor. Plus 8, so that's 40 armor. I wonder if I can Sacrificial Resurrection and then let myself bring back dregs through Echo Right's repeater effect. That would be a truly interesting position, I would say. In this fight, I only have to kill one heavy. And on a given turn, that is. So this fight's free. And that's the interesting thing, too, about monstertrain. A lot of these fights are going to be extremely free. It's only the Divinity that really presents any sort of an issue. Can you repeater bring back a deadweight? Yeah, look at that. Just, it clears out useless cards, and it gives me etch triggers and armor. What I'm trying to think of for words there. Oh, Echo Break. Shelter, of course. Yeah, these proclamations get to be rather large. And if I repeater down enough, I can just kill everything with Crushing Demise, too. I mean, none of these units are even making it to my top floor. That's the sign of a real banger of a run. I think these dregs are considered in the reform pool and they won't be eligible for reform, but you never know with this game. It always throws some whack shit at you. I don't really think it matters, honestly. Throw some stuff out. Yeah. I guess you just... So he's 150 times 2 and he has 212 armor. So he gained 60 attack and 48 armor. And I also cut out like 6 cards that I didn't want and put them into consume. The big thing is it mass clears... what are they called? Dregs. And it kills deadweights off too. Both good ideas. And we can also just burn the Sacrificial Resurrection. Yeah. Lately I've been feeling like you don't have to answer all your problems with your units, which is not a particularly profound statement or anything like that. But like, you can just ×5 a strong spell and win off of that, right? Power of Knowledge does do a lot of damage. I don't mind grabbing it here. It's like another addition of Proclamation, somewhat. These cards do nothing. You could take Memories of the Melted, but I'm okay on Consumes with Sacrificial Resurrection. And remember the plan? We're going right. Indeed. I want to find Holdover, ideally. -1, put it on Power of Knowledge. +20 Consume and Permafrost I don't want. No Holdover, that's alright. Just double stack the Engulfed in Smoke like I said I would anyway. And go take Power of Knowledge to 0 cost, actually. Don't want to spend all of my money all haphazardly. We have no extracts. Echo Seedling is cool. I use it just to make 2 more consumes, though. I don't really want to use it... I don't want to sit on all my consumes. If it hits Shelter, cool, great, very nice. If it doesn't hit Shelter, that's also fine. Honestly, the optimal situation would be turn 1 Engulfed in Smoke and return Soul Draw with Echo Seedling, and then that's just 12 stealth on turn 1. No, it's 16 stealth on turn 1. But that's hopeful. I'll still buy it because I think it's good. And dregs no longer are that bad because of Sacrificial Resurrection. I think this unupgraded Proclamation is kind of bad. However, it got better with grabbing Notice Stone. What is the worst card in this deck right now? It might be Echo Break. Although on the Divinity, Echo Break is just pay 1, get an Echo. I think it's 1 Echo Break, 1 Dreg. I don't really think that either of them are that good or that bad, though. I'm really curious what this relic is. Realistically, though, I shouldn't click it because they're not going to show me a relic I need. We already have Bog Slime, we already have Echo Seedling. I'm okay. But I am very curious. I'm not going to do it, though. Seraph the Patient, I won't do any disrespect. No disrespect, Mr. Seraph. He is very scary. Oh, hey, you remember the ideal circumstance that I mentioned to you earlier? Sadly, I did not realize that you can't play this. You cannot do the ideal circumstance because I don't have enough energy. What a shame. That is too bad. So, the ideal circumstance is actually what I outlined but on turn 2. Anyway, I'm going to do it with Ancient Resonance because that's the card I want to put 3 of into my consume pile. I'd much rather do this. Yeah, what a shame about that Engulfed in Smoke. I don't think it'll be the end of the world, although it might actually be pretty bad. I might need that stealth to live. I have to not kill the Light Wings here. Let me just pop Sacrificial Resurrection. Am I worried about... I kind of want to keep Power of Knowledge. I'm gonna put 1 Ancient Resonance down. I'm just gonna pop this. It's one incant on Seraph for all of that. Goodbye, Mr. Drag. Or Draft, my bad. Careful of the melee weakness stacking there. That's what I really have to watch here. I have to watch this melee weakness. So I need to leave 1 enemy alive just to pop the melee weakness for me. Yeah, just play Shelter. It's fine. Go down here, it's fine. I can even leave a Dreg down here alive, which will maybe bait the melee weakness. Yeah, it should even, I would say. Customize that. Keep it going. I don't really want to feed Seraph incants. We want to keep his attack low. Our relentless kills aren't that good. We kill everything else pretty well, and the Divinity's relentless is pretty easy, but I'm not super confident in my Seraph relentless. I'm not so confident that I just super incant him here. We take it slow. We take it easy. What was my exhaust? Oh, did I just play it? Was that a consume Ancient Synergy or Ancient Resonance? I've been calling this Ancient Synergy the whole game, haven't I? This is Ancient Resonance. Ugh. Spells named Ancient Blank. What did I repeat here? Maybe it was Shelter. I wasn't paying close attention. To be, I'm sure, pretty clear. I have an Ancient Resonance and Engulfed in Smoke coming up, so I don't feel like I need to feed Seraph on this turn. I can basically trade 16 armor off of Echo Right for 8 armor on First of Kin, which is a value trade at this stage. We may as well... Am I afraid? I'm afraid of this wave. Yeah, this wave hurts me if I don't do something about it, so I have to pay a little bit on Seraph's attack here. I want to play these cards. You do 190 times 2. Yeah, I would take damage if I didn't do that. And damage I take right now is not good damage because it's a waste, right, with rationing skills. Damage we take on the Divinity doesn't matter. Okay, now we don't want to take any damage. We know Seraph's coming up here. I am down for an Engulfed in Smoke play. I think I might actually get holdover by Sacrificial Resurrectioning my entire deck here. I want to... I just want to keep Crushing Demise here. I don't care what it hits. I stealthed up here, so it doesn't matter. It's gonna start eating my whole deck up. And then we get to a point where this deck is just the card that gets reformed by Echo Right and Engulfed in Smoke. And that's optimal. I'll keep like 2 Ancient Resonance in. That one, obviously this one. I'll keep 2 Ancient Resonance, I'll keep Crushing Demise, and I'll just burn the rest of this deck. And that's probably, it's slow, but once you get to this point, this is pretty much unusable. Right, it's just 4 Ancient Resonance. Again, what did you bring back, Echo, right? I feel like I'm just not paying attention. Or something? What did he bring back? Which of these cards? I must just not be paying attention. It's probably something super obvious and you can just go, hey fool, this is what he brought back for you. You just played it right away. That wouldn't surprise me. But I don't see what he brought back. I'm losing my mind. I don't remember playing it either, but it's probably just because I've been talking. I'm pretty confident he's just bringing back like Ancient Resonance and I'm not looking. Which is fine. I'm gonna end my turn. Could play Crushing when I was a turn earlier. It doesn't matter. Seraph has no chance. I didn't realize how strong our Relentless is here until I started to thin the deck out and went, wait a minute. The third time I play Sacrificial Resurrection, my deck just goes down to 7 cards. That's pretty ridiculous. Okay, so we have 965 gold to support Golden Vault, which is like, it's a lot of money to have here. Yeah, universally, I'm going to end up Echo Seedlinging a worthless card, I feel. I'm willing to hold and hope for a better card next turn, because playing 3 Hollow Dripping doesn't seem very good. There's no card this turn. It's not very reassuring. Thankfully, my first 2 turns are completely free, but I need to pull a Consume spell on this turn. You know, like, I need to in the sense that, like, it has to happen. Sadly, did not hit Return Soul or Second Shelter, which would have been optimal, but I do have to play one on this turn or else Echo Right dies and we lose. That is non-negotiable. Go ahead and drop some armor. Start cutting through some of these waves. 45 plus 3. I will not keep Power of Knowledge. I know I bought it and I upgraded it, but like, this card doesn't do anything for me, realistically. I don't need it. Here's Chains. I have Ancient Resonance, right? Yeah. We crush this wave. Could Return Soul to crush Chains. How afraid am I of Chains? I mean, not really. Not many days am I afraid of Chains. Am I afraid today? It's 50-50 on the crush anyway. Pull back like an Ancient Resonance here. 52 AoE armor. Doesn't really matter what I put in there. I don't want to put in a worthless card. Oh! Oh! I see it now. Echo Right's been returning cards from the consume pile that don't say consume. An exceptionally strange circumstance. Wow. That's kinda crazy. He pulls back a card, and the card doesn't say consume because it was consumed by Sacrificial Resurrection, leading us to this position where I go, hey, none of these cards say consume, what did Echo Right pull back? They don't get consume put on them when they go in the consume pile, they just are consumed. That makes plenty of sense. Perhaps you have been screaming that at your monitor for the last 15 minutes. I don't know. Again, I didn't count and I fucked up my shelter, but it's alright. I'm not in a big rush to... Like, we have stealth now, so we're chilling, basically. This wave. I will want to make sure I throw something their way. And by something, I mean Ancient Resonance. Yeah, card's just an anchor card. You can pit your whole run around it. Pivot your whole run around it, I would say. Should watch out for this wave. I have Purple Ancient Resonance coming up, never mind. Fill out. I mean, I may as well kill some of these guys. Why not? This run is a super W, though. The only way this loses is if it loses Relentless, but I do not think this loses Relentless. Not a great turn for Sacrificial Resurrection here. I just want to play all of these cards, so... It's alright, though. I mean, you may as well. Nah, you don't. Why would I? I think I have done an okay job of softening up scary waves, although I could be doing better. The thing is, I could just let this all walk. It doesn't matter. I want to... Yeah, because none of these consume. I want to make sure I pop the steel slate here. This guy will do a number on our gold pile. So I'm going to focus on this idea first, which is killing the steel slate. Thank you, Crushing Demise. Great job. Isn't that a cool card? I just drafted one of Crushing Demise and then it killed both the mini bosses for me. Isn't that fun? Maybe not for them. Fun for me though. This is a dub. I feel like this... I could have probably streamlined this whole run, but... you know what? I feel like I gave this run a decent... I gave it the respect it was due. It might not look it, but it's a bit on the razor's edge. You can have a few bad turns and just have your first of kin die. He's not, like, he's beefy in the early game, but... What is this? This is 240? 252, right? Yeah, 252 health is not a lot, and 190 times 2 is also not a lot when you're trying to reach 5,000. Obviously, he has enough to go through this enemy, but like this isn't enough to kill. This is barely enough to kill 290. So you have to make sure you're playing all your spells correctly, or else you'll die. So, you know. I gave this one the respect it deserved, and this was a cool run. The post-train water sippage. I credit this run. There's a lot of cool things that happened on this run. I credit this run entirely to rationing scales, because without rationing scales, I would not have felt so confident in that first temple, I don't think, to just slam 25 pack shards. New record for pyre healing. That's a stat I didn't know they kept. But yeah. Big shout out to rationing scales. It's not as bad as you may think. I know I made it out. I remember when I started, I know I made it out to be just absolutely awful. And, you know, it's strong early and then it's terrible late. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that your deck gets far enough ahead off of rationing scales that the drawback of your Pyre's max HP being set to 50 going into the Divinity doesn't kill you. There are runs that I play where inevitably just like half of a mini boss walks up and chunks my Pyre for 100, and then you win from that position because the second mini boss you got scale, right? And in those situations, rationing scales loses you your run. But in this situation where I got strong and then got the ×5, we crushed, we steamrolled, we went absolutely mad. And that was cool. Also fun sacrificial resurrection interaction, in case you didn't know. I've never gotten to do that before. So that was fun too. Great run overall. Very, very happy. Thank you, monstertrain. Have a nice day. And you as well. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.